For our developers who are in Tokyo or Berlin or other cities across the world to translate applications from their local languages to English so they can reach everyone across the world. Now, we've seen a lot of growth in the community of people using Facebook, but we've also just seen massive growth in the developer community over the last year. We started off with a very small base around last year's F8, and now we have more than 400,000 developers building things on top of Platform. The developer community is also spread all over the world. More than half of developers are outside the United States. So what we've done is we've gone around and we've helped local developers put on these developer garages, little grassroots events to help people in different places get started developing on Facebook. And we've done this in more than 70 different cities around the world. So this is our first international F8. We've had a lot of people come from across the world to travel to be with us today. And for those who couldn't make it, we have 4 developer garages that are actually going on simultaneously right now in Paris and London and Barcelona and Berlin, who are broadcasting the events of what we have today live. And if you go to the hackathon area later, you can actually communicate with them live. Now they're 8 or 9 hours ahead, so their open bars already kicked in. They're having a bit more fun than us. We'll get there. So, you guys have probably all heard stories about how application developers across the world have had hundreds of thousands or millions of people using their applications. So I just wanted to take a moment to share some interesting comparisons that we've come up with for how applications are helping people share information compared to other things. So let's start off with looking at iLike in MySpace. The top 5,000 bands have more fans on iLike than they have on any other site on the web. And they're also helping people sell a lot of concert tickets too. And that's not bad for 1 year of work, especially when you look at the other field of competitors and how excellent MySpace's offering is in this area. Now let's look at causes versus Al Gore. Both are trying to do good in the world. The cause, Stop Global Warming, has more than 30% more members than Al Gore's own Alliance for Climate Protection. And they did this without a Nobel Prize, without an Oscar, without a multi-million-dollar marketing campaign, all social graph. The good news is the two have merged, so they're now working on pushing this forward together. Another example is Zynga versus Las Vegas. Not sure where the team came up with these examples, but they're pretty funny. Zynga has more people playing Texas Hold'em with them every day than Las Vegas has hotel rooms. Actually, I understated that. Apparently it's 4 times as many. So, some of these examples may have been a little bit silly, but I think that they demonstrate the point about the depth and the scale of the impact and the sharing that's happening through these platform applications. Now, because of all this, there's been a lot of recent investment in the ecosystem. And by our count, there are more than 30 different developers who've received funding to build applications on top of Facebook, including a few new ones this week that we were happy to talk about. You may have heard about Living Social on Monday, just announced that they received a $5 million funding. And 2 other ones that you may have not heard about yet were Flixster, a movie application, raised $6 million from a group of investors, including Allen & Company. And this morning, Zynga announced that they've raised $29 million from Kleiner Perkins, so congratulations to you guys.